After the age of 60, one of the most common and quietly devastating changes we face is in our legs, not just in how they move, but in how they feel. The sudden stiffness when we rise from a chair, the unsteadiness we never noticed before, that creeping weakness that makes us hesitate on stairs or avoid walking too far. These are not just normal signs of aging, they're powerful warning signals from your body. And yet, too many people ignore them. Or worse, accept them as inevitable. But what if they're not? What if you could actively reverse this process, not with expensive procedures or painful physical therapy, but with three deeply underappreciated nutrients that most people over 60 are severely lacking? This is not a theory. It's a clinical observation, championed by one of the world's longest practicing physicians, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's oldest and most respected doctor before his passing at 105. He spent decades studying the physiology of aging in Japan's healthiest seniors, and what he discovered was astonishingly simple. In many cases, leg degeneration was not a result of aging itself, but of specific nutritional deficiencies that quietly starved muscles, joints, and nerves. And the first deficiency? Vitamin D3. Let's be clear, vitamin D is not just a bone vitamin. It's a hormone regulator. It controls how your body absorbs calcium, yes, but more importantly, it influences your muscle contraction, your nerve signaling, and your inflammation levels. Low vitamin D means weak muscles, particularly in your hips and thighs, which are the exact muscles most needed to walk, balance, and stand from a seated position. It also means poorer coordination, and in some cases, an increased risk of falls. One 2021 meta-analysis found that vitamin D supplementation reduced fall risk in seniors by over 20%. And here's the shocking part. Studies show that up to 70% of people over 65 are deficient. Why? Because your skin's ability to produce D3 from sunlight decreases dramatically with age. And modern diets, even healthy ones, rarely provide enough to make up the difference. If your legs feel heavy, slow, or weak, vitamin D3 is the first thing you must restore. But not just any D3. It needs to be combined with the second essential nutrient to truly make a difference. That nutrient is vitamin K2. And no, it's not the same as vitamin K you may have heard about for blood clotting. Vitamin K2 plays a totally different role. It's responsible for guiding calcium to the right places, your bones and teeth, and keeping it away from the wrong places, like your arteries and joints. Without K2, taking vitamin D3 can actually lead to calcium building up in soft tissues, including around the knees and hips. That stiffness in your joints, that crunching, grinding sensation when you bend or squat, it might not be arthritis. It might be calcium, and it might be preventable. Vitamin K2 activates a protein called osteocalcin, which tells your body, put the calcium in the bones, not in the blood vessels. This duo, D3 and K2, work in perfect harmony. D3 boosts absorption. K2 handles distribution. When seniors start taking these two together, the results are often dramatic. Improved mobility, less joint tension, better posture, a noticeable change in how their legs feel in the morning. But even with D3 and K2 optimized, there's still one more missing piece, a deficiency that's even more common and more dangerous in older adults. It's the nutrient that fuels your nerves, your blood cells, and your overall energy. That nutrient is vitamin B12. And if your legs feel numb, tingling, or disconnected from your body, B12 could be the root cause. Vitamin B12 is essential for the health of your peripheral nerves. These are the nerves that travel from your spinal cord down into your legs. When B12 levels drop, as they often do with age, those nerves start to misfire. You might feel pins and needles, or nothing at all. You might lose balance without knowing why. Your reflexes may slow down. And worst of all, the damage can be permanent if ignored too long. Here's the troubling reality. After age 60, your body loses its ability to absorb B12 from food. Even if you eat plenty of meat, eggs, or dairy, you may still be deficient. The stomach acid and enzymes required to extract B12 become weaker. The solution? Direct supplementation, usually in the form of methylcobalamin, the most absorbable form of B12 for aging adults. When B12 is restored, many seniors report a return of sensation in their legs, faster walking speed, improved coordination, less mental fog, and most importantly, a renewed sense of confidence in their own body. If any of this resonates with you or reminds you of someone you love, leave a comment and share your experience. Your insight could help someone else take the first step toward reclaiming their independence. These three vitamins, D3, K2, and B12, are not optional after 60. They are foundational. They are essential. And in many cases, they are the missing link in restoring your legs, your energy, and your freedom. So now you know the three essential vitamins, D3, K2, and B12, that Japan's longest living doctor emphasized to his senior patients. But here's the next question. How do you actually take them for best results? Because here's what most people get wrong. They assume that just buying a random bottle from the pharmacy is enough. But the truth is, form, dosage, and timing matter enormously, especially after age 60. Let's break this down carefully, starting with vitamin D3. The form you need is cholecalciferol, D3, not D2, which is less bioavailable and less effective. And the dose? According to current research, seniors often need between 2,000 to 5,000 IU per day, depending on their current blood levels and sun exposure. But the most important rule? Never take D3 alone. Why? Because when you increase calcium absorption through D3, you must give your body the proper tools to guide and use that calcium safely. This is where vitamin K2 becomes critical. And within K2, there are two types, MK4 and MK7. MK4 is fast-acting but leaves the body quickly. MK7 stays longer and works more gradually and is the better choice for long-term joint and bone support. Look for vitamin K2 as MK7 on the label, ideally 100 to 200 mesograms per day. These two should be taken together, that preferably with a meal that contains healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or nuts, because both D3 and K2 are fat soluble. Taking them with black coffee or on an empty stomach, you're losing most of the benefit. Now, vitamin B12. This one is tricky. Why? Because as you age, your stomach produces less intrinsic factor, a compound necessary to absorb B12 from food. That means even if your diet is rich in B12, you may still be severely deficient without knowing it. The answer? Sublingual methylcobalamin. This is B12 in its active form, and when taken under the tongue, it bypasses digestion entirely and enters directly into the bloodstream. It's the fastest, most effective method, especially for older adults. Dosage varies, but a safe daily range is 1,000 to 2,500 milligrams, though higher doses may be recommended under medical supervision if you're very deficient. Now, here's something else no one tells you. These three nutrients don't just work in isolation. They create a healing system inside your body. Together, they begin to reactivate dormant nerve signals, remineralize bone tissue, reduce stiffness and joint inflammation, restore muscular coordination, and reverse silent damage caused by years of deficiencies. It's like giving your body the keys to unlock its natural repair program. Dr. Hinohara used to say, "Don't wait for sickness to treat your legs. Strengthen them when you still can." So many people wait until they fall, until they need help to walk, until they can't go to the bathroom alone, and then try to solve the problem. But by that point, the muscle loss, the nerve damage, and the joint calcification are far harder to reverse. Let's pause for a moment here and ask a serious question. What would happen to your life if you couldn't use your legs freely anymore? No more walks in the park, no more cooking while standing, no more traveling without assistance, no more independence. It's not an exaggeration. Loss of leg function is one of the leading causes of early nursing home entry worldwide. Not because people are too old, but because their legs, their freedom, gave out before the rest of their body did. This is preventable, but only if you take action now, while there's still time to nourish, not just maintain your mobility. Now, let's quickly address a common objection. Can I just get these vitamins from food? The honest answer? In theory, yes. In reality, almost impossible. Let me explain why. Vitamin D3. Almost no food contains enough D3. Fatty fish like salmon help, but you'd need to eat massive amounts daily. Sunlight can help, but only if you get 20 plus minutes per day with bare skin exposed at peak UV times without sunscreen. For most seniors, not realistic. Vitamin K2 MK7, found in one primary food, natto, a fermented soybean dish from Japan. Most Westerners can't tolerate the smell, let alone eat it regularly. Other sources like goose liver or certain cheeses contain only traces. Vitamin B12. Yes, it's found in animal products. But again, absorption drops sharply with age. Even if you eat meat, your body may not be extracting enough B12 anymore. This is why Japan's oldest doctor recommended targeted supplementation. Because while food is foundational, modern diets and aging biology create gaps that only direct, purposeful nutrition can bridge. And remember, this isn't about feeling young. It's about protecting your dignity, your stability, your freedom. If you want to walk confidently into your 70s, 80s, even 90s, you must give your body the tools it's silently begging for now. In the next section, we'll explore what early signs of leg degeneration you should never ignore. Real case stories of seniors who transformed their strength after 60, and the step by step morning routine that combines movement and vitamins to rebuild your legs from the inside out. So stay with us, because the next part may change how you wake up tomorrow. Most people don't realize their legs are deteriorating until they fall. And that first fall, it's not just a clumsy moment, it's a message from your body. A silent alarm: I'm losing control. I can't keep you steady anymore. But long before the fall, your body whispers subtle warnings, signals that your legs are weakening. And if you can recognize them early, you can reclaim your balance before it's too late. Here are 7 early signs that your legs are declining that most people miss. You lose balance when you close your eyes. Try standing with your feet together, eyes closed. If you sway or feel unsteady within a few seconds, your proprioception, the body's sense of spatial awareness, is beginning to fail. This is often linked to weakened neural feedback from the legs. You can't stand on one leg for 10 seconds. Lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it steadily for 10 full seconds without grabbing a wall? If not, your leg muscles and stabilizer nerves are weakening. This is a powerful indicator used in clinical balance tests. Your walking stride has shortened or softened. Pay attention. Are your steps lighter, shorter, or more hesitant? That's often a subconscious attempt to avoid pain, fatigue, or instability. It's the body's quiet way of saying, I'm not confident down here anymore. You feel twitching or crawling sensations at night. Restless legs, strange buzzing, these are neuropathic symptoms, classic signs of vitamin B12 deficiency. Left unchecked, they evolve into full-blown peripheral neuropathy. You hear popping or clicking in your knees when sitting or standing. That's not just aging, it's friction from cartilage loss, often worsened by vitamin D3 and K2 deficiencies, which affect calcium placement in your bones and joints. You can't perform a full squat without pain or tipping over. This position demands harmony between muscles, joints, and nerves. Struggling with it shows your foundation is cracking. You avoid busy places because you fear tripping or falling. If crowded supermarkets, parks, or sidewalks make you anxious, it's not just social discomfort. It's your body protecting you from instability it can no longer control. If even 2 of these sound familiar, it's not just age. It's a nutritional and neurological crisis that needs to be addressed. And the encouraging truth is this: leg strength can be restored, balance can return, and walking without fear is still possible at any age. But it starts with awareness and action. Let's look at what Japan's oldest practicing doctor emphasized in his teachings. The greatest danger isn't illness, it's stagnation. Movement is life, circulation is healing. But without the right vitamins, your blood doesn't deliver and your nerves don't communicate. That's why the first step to restoring your legs isn't exercise. It's replenishing the 3 most essential vitamins your lower limbs are starving for. You've already heard the names: vitamin B12, vitamin D3, vitamin K2. But what you haven't heard is how to take them correctly, in the right form, dose, and timing for actual nerve and muscle restoration. Let's go deeper into what that looks like in real life. The morning routine that rebuilds weak legs. This is a simplified morning protocol modeled after the daily habits of elderly patients in Japan who have restored their mobility, some even into their 90s and 100s. 1. Upon waking, warm water, vitamin D3, K2. Take 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 together with 100 milligrams of vitamin K2, MK7 form, on an empty stomach. Why together? Because D3 boosts calcium absorption, but K2 ensures it goes to your bones, not your arteries or joints. 2. Light movement within the first 10 minutes. Walk slowly, march in place, stretch your ankles. Movement after supplementation helps the nutrients circulate faster and signals the brain, "This body is awake, send support." 3. Mid-morning, B12 sublingual or injection. If you're over 60, your stomach acid is likely too low to absorb B12 from food. That's why sublingual B12 methylcobalamin form or a physician-administered injection is necessary. A common dosage, 1,000 milligrams daily under the tongue. B12 is essential for nerve sheath repair, muscle strength, coordination, and reflexes. Low B12 doesn't just cause fatigue, it causes your legs to misfire. You may lift your foot and your brain lags behind. You may step on uneven ground and your nerves don't correct you in time. Now imagine what happens after 30 days of correct supplementation. Your nerves wake up. Your gait becomes surer. You stop checking the wall every time you walk past it. This isn't a miracle. It's biology, respected and restored. If any of this resonates with you, leave a comment and share what you're noticing in your body. Your story could help someone else find the courage to take that first step. Maintaining strong and functional legs after 60 is not merely about exercise or lifestyle alone. It hinges deeply on supplying your body with the essential nutrients it needs to support muscle strength, nerve function, and bone health. Among these nutrients, vitamins play a critical role, especially those that support the intricate systems keeping your legs mobile and pain-free. The third vitamin crucial to restoring your legs, alongside vitamin B12 and vitamin D3, is vitamin K2. While often overshadowed by its counterparts, vitamin K2 is indispensable into calcium to the right places in your body. Without sufficient K2, calcium may accumulate in soft tissues, such as your arteries or joints, leading to stiffness, discomfort, and increased risk of cardiovascular problems. For your legs, this means K2 helps ensure that calcium strengthens your bones instead of causing harm elsewhere. In aging populations, vitamin K2 deficiency can be subtle but impactful. Osteoporosis and joint pain often go hand in hand with inadequate K2 levels, compromising leg stability and increasing fracture risk. Japan's oldest doctor emphasizes the importance of this vitamin, which is abundant in certain fermented foods like natto, a traditional Japanese dish. If you don't consume these regularly, supplementing vitamin K2 can make a significant difference. Now, let's connect these three vitamins, B12, D3, and K2, and understand how they synergize. Vitamin B12 supports nerve health and muscle control. Vitamin D3 facilitates calcium absorption and muscle function, and vitamin K2 ensures that calcium is correctly utilized to build strong bones without calcifying soft tissues. Together, they form a triad that safeguards the structural and neurological integrity of your legs. Ignoring any of these vitamins can cause cascading problems. Nerve signals weaken, muscles lose tone, bones become fragile, and joints suffer, ultimately impairing your ability to walk confidently and safely. This holistic understanding is why supplementing these vitamins promptly and correctly is not optional but essential for those who want to maintain independence and quality of life well into their 60s, 70s, and beyond. It is equally vital to understand how to supplement these vitamins effectively. Not all supplements are created equal. For vitamin B12, the methylcobalamin form is preferred as it is better absorbed and utilized by the body. For vitamin D3, always check your levels through a blood test and supplement accordingly, as excessive intake can have adverse effects. Vitamin K2 comes in two forms, MK4 and MK7, with MK7 often recommended for longer-lasting benefits. Beyond supplementation, synergistic lifestyle habits enhance the efficacy of these vitamins. Regular, moderate weight-bearing exercise stimulates bone remodeling and muscle strength, while sunlight exposure naturally boosts vitamin D synthesis. Eating a balanced diet rich in leafy greens, fermented foods, and lean protein provides the foundational nutrients your body needs. If you resonate with the importance of this vitamin triad in restoring leg strength and mobility, please share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your journey could inspire others facing similar challenges. As we conclude, remember, aging is inevitable, but deterioration is not. With the right knowledge and actions, starting with these three vitamins, you can preserve the foundation of your mobility and independence. Don't wait for weakness to dictate your pace of life. Act now to supplement, nourish, and empower your legs to carry you forward with strength and confidence.